Here's some Long Beach tea when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein and the restaurants he visited while he was here. As you know, the Long Beach Watchdog put out an amazing article detailing why Jeffrey Epstein would visit Long Beach, California during the TED-era conferences. And the TED-era conferences are tech conferences. So here we go. First, we're going to talk about an exquisite dining experience at La Opera in 2011. This dinner was Jeffrey Epstein and 24 high-profile guests, including Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and other wealthy and influential people. One of the people that attended this private dining experience at La Opera is a New York Times columnist named David Brooks. And he came under fire because somebody took a picture of him and it became well known. And he got a lot of flack because a few months prior to that, he wrote an article called The Epstein Story, Count Me Out. I just want to remind you that 2011 was just a couple years after Jeffrey Epstein was busted for abuse in 2008. And remember, he served state charges in the state of Florida because he got busted for basically prostituting minors. Here we go to George's Greek Cafe. On March 2nd, 2011, Jeffrey Epstein writes an email to John Brockman. John Brockman is the founder of the Edge Foundation, and he represents high-profile tech and science writers. So Jeffrey Epstein writes to him and says, "Great fun. Thanks again. Sorry for all the typos sent from my iPhone. Kind words from a value-added guest. How long are you in town? Having casual lunch with Dennett and Brand, 12:45 to 2:15. From the convention center, walk up Pine Avenue North, walk past La Opera Restaurant to George's Greek Cafe, JB." Next, we're going to talk about the Long Beach Cafe. And I'm going to read this email from the bottom to the top. So on February 28th, 2012 at 9:03 p.m., Jeffrey Epstein wrote to Ian Osborne. Ian Osborne is a British tech investor. And Jeffrey Epstein writes, "You, me, Nathan Milvode, Thursday, breakfast." And about 20 minutes later, Ian Osborne writes back to Jeffrey Epstein and he says, "Perfect." And then the next morning, early at 5:33 a.m., I'm up at the top now, Jeffrey Epstein forwards this breakfast invite to Nathan Milvode. Nathan Milvode is a tech guy. And then a little later that day at 3:47 p.m., Nathan Mervold writes back and says, "Great. What time? There is a New Jersey-style Greek diner 1 block from the Westin called the Long Beach Cafe. There will be fewer conference people there, so it's a good choice. Pick the time and we'll make it happen." So now we're going to flash forward a year later, and they're back in town, and this time they're going to eat at Michael's on Naples. And this email, starting at the top, comes from Tim Zagat. So think Tim and Nina Zagat. They're both attorneys, but they are the founders of the Zagat Restaurant Review. And they write to some random person on Wednesday, February 27th at 3:55 p.m. "Please forward to Ghislaine Maxwell. Thank you." The person writes back, "Done. Thanks." On February 27th, they send an email that says, "Ghislaine, can you join us for dinner at 8 p.m. at Michael's on Naples? So we can get a proper head count to the restaurant. Please let us know whether you can come by emailing so-and-so as soon as possible with either a yes or a no. For your information, here is the Zagat review of the restaurant. Food 28, decor 25, service 26. Locals say, can't come up with enough superlatives for this rare Long Beach treasure, an Italian fine dining destination for exquisite, market-driven dishes elevated by wonderful wines and an on-point service. Indeed, it's pricey, but the romantic setting is perfect for a special occasion, and viewing the sunset from the rooftop bar is a treat. We hope to see you. Tim and Nina Zagat." Let me know in the comments section if you want to hear a part 3 when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein and Long Beach tea.